Good evening, YouTube. Today I'm going to be talking about consciousness. So, what is consciousness? How do you use it? Where to get it? Well, it works like this. First, I'm going to throw out a definition of consciousness. So, at its base, at its most basic, let's say emanation, its most basic form, consciousness is simply the ability to pay attention, the ability to observe, awareness. It's basically just awareness. And in its greater emanations, like in its greater forms, it's the ability to recognize patterns in your environment. Yeah. So, a conscious person versus an unconscious person. It's not really, again, it exists in terms of degrees, you know. It's not just you're conscious or you're not. It's, some people are more conscious than others. So, a sleeping person would be completely unconscious. They'd basically only be conscious of things that are loud and that can wake them up in their vicinity. A person who's awake is probably more conscious than them. And a person who's like fully paying attention, well, he's more conscious than a person who's simply awake. It's just the same. Somebody who enjoys their particular subject or whatever they're observing will be more conscious than the person who's simply paying attention, because they don't need to force themselves to pay attention, to listen to what the person's talking about. So the more you enjoy something, the more interesting it is, the more conscious you'll be of it, without effort, really. I mean, if you find a subject you enjoy, you automatically pay attention to it. It's what grabs your attention. So, to say, at its most basic form, it's just to observe things, just to, be there. To, let's say in its greater emanations, to observe your environment. Because, like, the fundamental nature of reality is that everything is infinite. You could take a piece of paper, you could take a pencil crayon, and you could zoom into it infinitely until you see like little tiny wood grains, you see little tiny organisms living on the surface of it. You see little splinters. You see the cells from the tree that the pencil crayon was made out of. So, naturally, there's a lot to be conscious of. There's a lot. What's the word I'm looking for? It's infinite. There's infinite things to be conscious of. But if you don't find it particularly interesting to look at a pencil crayon, it's not going to grab your attention. And really, you won't be conscious of it. It's just a pencil crayon. It's just whatever it is superficially. If you zoom into it, it's like an entire ecosystem. I guess you could say it's a dead piece of a tree. It was once a plant. It's many things, and it's something now, and it'll be something in the future. If you destroy it, it'll be splinters of wood. If you burn it, it'll be ashes. So, really, you could observe anything with these parameters, like a wall or ceiling. Look at it, it's a ceiling. Zoom in on it. It's like it has all these little bumps, and it's made out of certain materials. It contains paint. It's a series of chemicals. It's all of these things and it's just a ceiling at the same time. It's like a paradox. It can be one thing, but it could also be many, many things, like infinite things. And yeah, a lot of it comes down to, well, how you define something. You know, you could look at a pencil crayon and say, yeah, this is just a pencil crayon. You know, it's nothing else. But when you define it as something else and say, oh, we retrieved the murder weapon. You know, you see the pencil crayon covered in blood. Now it becomes something entirely different. Or, I don't know, use it to vandalize something. Now it's a tool. It's a tool for vandalism. It's a tool for creating artwork, I guess. At the same time, it's just a pencil crayon. So being conscious of things. Consciousness comes naturally when you enjoy what you're observing. The opposite happens when you don't enjoy it. So if I were to be talking about a subject, if pencil crayons bore you to death, then basically you're not really going to get into the subject. You're going to walk in the other direction or pick up and go somewhere else. Or you're just going to sit here and tune out everything I'm saying. So that's basically it, you know. You enjoy something and it grabs your attention. The more you enjoy it, the more attention it grabs. So to become more conscious of something, anything, to become exceptionally conscious of something, find something you enjoy exceptionally, more than anything else. And I guess that's all I'm going to say for now.